I sincerely hope that every single one of you takes something away that you did not know that is going to help you go from a place to a place with your business. Okay? So I'm going to hand over to you, Zoe Cairns, and thank you very much.
Thank you. Joe.
I've been saying that I've been using Canva for a long time. I can get to find the arrow.
Okay, so the arrow. I'll show you the arrow. We had the same question over here. So when you go to Canva, as I mentioned, the images, some of them you have to pay for, but it has free or it has $1 next to it, so you know when it's paid for and when it's free. So when you go to Canva, if I just take a Facebook post, for example, what I'm going to do is I'll put in a photo, I'll upload a photograph. You can upload your own from your computer or from your Facebook profile. So upload is where you can upload your own images, okay? So if I just take my image, for example, I'll put it in here. Make sure it's of good quality as well though. And then if I wanted to put an arrow in, if I type in arrow in the search bar, it will bring up lots of arrows. Okay, there's loads of icons in there. If I go lipstick, hopefully I'm on the right, it's taken a little while. Okay, let me click on elements. If I click on elements, there's loads of different icons that you can use on Canva, that you can just click on it and you can change the colour of it. So if I wanted to change the colour of this, I can just go and change it to red, reduce it down. Okay, what about if you wanted to put the unique logo on there, or your own your logo? You could upload it and bring it in. So if I want to bring this image back in, just say this was my logo, I can screen it down and I can just put it in the corner, okay? If I wanted a bit of text on there, I can choose the text. Again, it's got free next to it. I can put some text in. I can change the colour. Of what one? This one here in the background. You go to uploads at the side. It's more than likely to be, I would try and use this on the desktop. If you can use it on the desktop, it'll probably give you more features that you can use. The great thing about the desktop is that what I say to people, when you're planning your social media, and we'll talk about planning later, when you plan it, you could make 5 to 10 of these images in one go, and then download them all from Canva rather than trying to do them ad hocly. Does that make sense? You've done them all in one go. And what you've got to remember, each of you have got your own team company name, okay? And Unique has got branding colours. So remember the branding. I don't know what your branding terms and conditions are with Unique as to what colours and what text you need to use, but that might go across the images that you use as well if you're putting the Unique logo to it. So just be aware of that. So maybe make a note of asking for branding guidelines of what you need to use when you're using the brand, okay? But Canva will help you in terms of that you can find the right text. So if I use this text, I could go up and click on this text and I could use the right colour. If I click on the colour, I could try and use the right colour. So document colours, I can actually put the coding of the colour in there and that would make it the right colour of the brand. Okay? Makes sense, yeah? Is everyone happy with Canva? In the way that I download it, is you go to the top, it's got download here at the top. You just get the download. I click on download and it says, I normally go for a JPEG rather than a PNG, but you can download it, it says recommended. And I click download and it saves it to my computer and then I can just upload it where I want to upload it to. Is that okay? Yeah? And you know, Canva does business cards, it does letterhead, it does invites if you're having parties. You know, it does some great stuff and you can keep all your branding consistent across it. Now, Canva makes some really great images and images that I'm going to share with you an even better tool this afternoon that you're going to absolutely love. and it makes Canva look quite not as great. But I'm going to share with you a tool that you can use on Instagram, Twitter and on Facebook that is getting a lot of engagement, especially in the States at the moment. They're using this tool. The States are about 9 months ahead of us, but they're using this tool and it's getting so much engagement on their pages. So I want to share it with you later. But Canva is a great start. It's a great place to start with some great images. So I hope you found that useful. Lady over there. Yes. Right, so the only thing is, with Canva, you have to try and guess where the button is. Now, I've sometimes been really silly, and sometimes people call me Bridget Jones. I take a ruler and I sort of measure it. So I measure it on my Facebook page as to where the button might be, and then I put it over. I know that sounds silly, but then I put it over to my desktop and I try and get as much as I can where it can be. It's a bit of trial and error. Okay, so just give it a bit of a guess. If you've got to amend it a little bit, go back in and give it another go. Yeah, so you'll find, so the question over here was, does it line up? Okay, does it line up on different devices? Every device has a different look on your page. Sometimes it squeezes it up, which is just down to mobile optimization. It might not look right on a mobile, however on a desktop it does. However, you might try and amend it that it looks right on mobile if you find that more of your audience are going via the mobile. Is that all right? Yeah? No. So the question was, do you recommend changing your about section monthly? And I wouldn't. Product keywords, yes. Yeah, but not your short description and your long description. Try and keep that consistent and try and just keep that the same. You could go in every 6 months and see if it's changed significantly. If it hasn't, then leave it. Otherwise, you're going to have a lot of work. Keep updating it. Don't make it look spammy that it's full of just keywords. Make sure it's a description. It's about you. Okay? So what you can do, so the question was, people find it difficult. She's wondering whether people find it difficult for them to see her shop on her page. Your shop should come up on the left-hand side. However, what you could do is that, you know your cover image? You could do shop now in my shop. Right, shop now, and you can have a screenshot of your shop. And then the call to action button, where it says add a button, that says shop now, the link, okay, the link that you put in there could be the link to your online shop on your page. So when you go into your shop on your business page, the link up in the domain name, copy it and use that as your button on your page. Is that all right? Yeah? I'm going to go to my business page, and the lady at the back wanted to know where you find the shop. Now, remember, not all pages are going to have a shop. You need to be a brand or a product in order for this to come up. So I created a page. So I can show you this. On the left-hand side, mine comes up as shop. Yeah? And that's where it takes me into my shop. Okay, question over here.
I was just asking if we should put all of our individual products into our Facebook shop.
Now, that would take a long time for you to do.
I
would do your most popular ones. Or if you're just launching a product, it's a great way to put the launch product in there. Like, you know, you've got a whole thing trending at the moment about the blue splash. You know, that would be a perfect opportunity to put that blue lipstick in there. So just don't try and sit there for ages putting all of them in. You could, but it'd be a lot of work. Question here?
I was just going to say, under our agreement, we're not allowed to sell products from an external website. It has to take you to the unique website. So how does that...
Yeah, so what you do, when you go on, let me show you the picture. So this is, I know you can't see this very well, but when you go add a product, it says checkout URL. And when you go to your own unique website, where you've got your own shop, it'll give you your unique link of your product. Yeah? And you just put that into that URL thing. When people then click on buy, it'll take them straight to your shop with where that product's for sale. Is that all right? So that gets around that issue. And it's very straightforward. You put your image in, so you can put your image in of your product, the name of it, the price, description, and the link as well. and it allows you to post it to your timeline if you wanted to. If you didn't want to, and you just want it to go in the shop, you can just sit it in the shop. Okay? Question at the
Hi,
back.
I just want to follow on from that question, really.
Yes.
Are you basically saying that the URL is basically like a hyperlink?
Yes, sorry. So it's like the domain name, not
Yeah.
the domain, the link at the URL and the unique link for it up in the...
So you're treating it like a hyperlink
Yeah,
to use it
hyperlink,
just for
yeah.
that one particular product, because each product will have a completely
Yeah,
separate... Yeah.
perfect.
Thank
yeah,
you.
That's all right. Yeah, so another question here was, can you use a bit.ly link? Yep, as long as it goes back to the page where the product's being sold. Okay? So messaging is another really good feature I recommend you to do. For you not to lose those people that have got inquiries. Because I don't know if you've ever been in that situation where it might be late at night and you think, if I don't do this now, I won't get it done tomorrow. So you do it now, but it's nice to have that response and that acknowledgement. Emma.
Yeah, on messaging, you get ranked according to your response time as well.
Yes.
And what I'm finding is people like to get the last word in, and they like to type thanks.
Yeah.
And if you don't respond to that thanks with something else, then you're deemed as not having responded.
No. So it's not after a feed. It's the first feed response you get ranked for. I don't know
I'm
if you know
getting
about
ranked down if I don't reply to a message. So if
Okay,
someone
is that
replies
on your
back,
page?
Yeah, business page.
Yeah, so on a message it's not, but on the comments on your page it is. What they've got behind Facebook is something called a relevancy score. Okay, I don't know if you've heard of relevancy score before.
Okay, this is I'm looking specifically at my messages on my page.
Private messages.
Private
not
messaging
comments.
on your
Sorry,
page.
I thought you meant
no, not
comments in
Private
ranking.
messages, I'm being ranked down.
Okay.
I've gone from responds to within an hour to responds within a day, and
Okay.
because I don't reply to
Yeah.
the thanks or okay messages.
So
that's
yeah,
okay
people,
too.
Yeah, people do like the last word. Now the only way around that I can think of that is you in trying to get back to them, as quick as you can. The messaging assistant helps you in getting back to them, but then if they do come back with the last word, I don't think it allows you with a follow-up. Okay, because if you follow back again, it'll just become silly. So again, it's trying to make sure that you manage their expectation in when you're going to get back to them to then end that conversation, if that makes sense. There's no way around that.
Okay.